Hi, Kiwi. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into our next run of
Find the
Hades
Titan.
2.
Slay the Titan.
Our goal is to defeat Kronos.
The Trident Sigil.
Okay, so we're going to go see Uncle
You're one of my
Poseidon.
father's brothers, aren't you? Then help him. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Long-lost niece, you live! We thought you met the same fate as your father, and your mother, and your brother. Oh. Well, how about we turn the tide and exact terrible revenge for poor old Hades and his kin?
Okay, so he looks absolutely absolutely, what should I say, charming, dapper, I don't know. I like this JPEG of Poseidon that they made. It looks way better than his old one. I like his trident too. It's very, very colorful, very fishy. All right, attacks hit foes with splash that knocks them away. Your specials hit foes with a splash that knocks them away. Your sprint deals damage on impact and knocks foes away, but uses magic per hit. Ugh, that doesn't sound nearly as good. Since my magic is so finite right now, I think we're probably gonna have to take the attack or the special. I think I'll go for special right now, but that seems pretty weak, only 20 damage. We'll see though. Oh, it's pretty big AoE, okay. You know what, this is decent. This is way more decent than I was willing to give it credit for. And hopefully we can find a way to really stack it up and make it strong.
Within mist-shrouded labyrinthine Erebus lie countless souls of the dead, awaiting judgment that shall never come.
They'll
Okay.
be judged soon enough.
So this is a thing. Okay.
I lack the tools for this.
So now I know that there are... Wait, tools? Okay. I guess there are resources in the world that I can collect as I progress through the game. But what I was going to make a note of is... I have forgotten what I was going to make a note of. I'm trying to think, what was it? Oh well, it's gone. Such is life. I guess in the meantime I can talk about what's been happening recently in life. So I just got back yesterday from another business trip out on the road. Only about 2 hours or 3 hours of driving on this one, so really not that bad compared to the last one. Pomegranate power for our only boon. 30 damage instead of 20. Pretty solid.
Excellent.
Oh, I remember what it was I was trying to remember. So apparently there might be orbs in some of the rooms that help me restore my magic, so I can be a little bit more proactive about using it potentially. But, I don't know. Getting AoE damage on my cast at like its base form seems to be pretty solid now. It's very spammy, and it affords me the option of being projectile spammy. Hopefully I get something that scales well with this. Still don't know what these little flowers do. And I don't know what this does either, so I think that's the room we're gonna... I'll collect some of that since I'm unfamiliar with it. But anyway, so yeah, I'm back from another major road trip. Business went well. I actually really enjoyed what I did. The place I worked at was really well put together. They, unlike the last few places I've been, the flow has been very smooth. So, hopefully I do more work with them in the future. And I know I'm being very general about this. I'm not giving specifics, but again, I think I'm gonna always need bones, just not really now. Okay, I feel that I want to not out myself in terms of the work I do right now. And to begin with, Kiwi is not a huge fan of talking about work, so I think that's probably all I'll mention for that. But what I'm trying to say is bear with me if I sound a little tired. I feel relatively awake, but I mean, when you work most of the day and then have 3 hours of driving in the same day, you get pretty tired. Alright, we're just going to keep stacking up our projectile, I guess. I don't know what you are. And that's a mini-boss room, but it's Aphrodite as well. I'm going to go for this. I want to... The chances of this... The odds of this...
Grown so tired flying to and fro. I'll wrap you up and sing you soon to sleep.
Spider friend?
I'll drink of you and leave a little heap.
That's not creepy at all.
Again. Oh!
Hi. Hi, spider friend.
What are you doing here?
Oh.
Besides tramping all over my webs, that is. Oh, it's nothing silly. I can always make more perfectly good silk. I can't always see you.
Hi, Arachne. Sorry about all this. I think we'll soon be seeing more of one another now. My task has begun.
Truly. Why then, I'll get out of your hair. You have to go. But first, you have to try on one of these. And don't worry about any wear and tear. I've plenty more in stock.
That, I don't know if the mic picked that up, but that thud in the background was a cat. Someone wants breakfast very badly. Alright, don a 40 armor. Don a 40 armor outfit that makes me regenerate magic every 1 second. Don a 30 armor magic that makes me channel faster. Don a 50 armor outfit that restores 2 HP when you exit a location. So I guess we'll want the magic restore here for now. Alright. So, oh.
Do you like it?
Why, this is beautiful, thank you.
I have a blue dress now.
Enjoy, all right?
Cool. Alright. So I'm gonna assume this has gold in it. No? Why are you so sparkly then?
Moly.
Moly is what those flowers are called, apparently? Okay. Do I want to destroy these? They're so sparkly. Can I not do something with them? I don't know. I feel like I'm making a mistake there, but whatever. Alright, on to the next room. We don't have enough coin for the shop, so... Thanks, Arachne. Alright. So yeah, I'm kind of going all in on cast right now. Or, not cast, special, and the splash damage adds up pretty fast. This feels like a pretty safe build for now, because I can pretty substantially outrange these guys. It does have a maximum distance it can travel, I think. Let's establish that. It's a pretty sizable distance, though, and with the AoE, it's doing work on these low HP mobs. I'm sure that this build is absolutely going to fall off once I get to the later rooms. I'm almost certainly. And Palms of Power do have diminishing returns. Okay. I guess we'll take... I really don't know what resource I want more of right now. So I guess I'll go with this one this time. I wonder what the nature of these ghosts are. So supposedly we're in I think we're in Erebus, based on what she said earlier. I might be mistaken about that. I do like this clothing armor system. I'm curious to see how it works. I assume it's kind of like how armor works for enemies, where after a certain amount of HP, the armor breaks. Now the question is, do I lose the passive if the armor breaks? Because that would be really interesting if that was the case. I prefer not losing the armor because, I mean, being able to regenerate magic would be nice if I chose to use my magic, mind you. Which, hey look, I used my first spell of the run. Should probably enjoy that core mechanic a little bit more. So do I want more magic or more HP? I still vote magic, or sorry, HP, since I have already proven that I'm hesitant to use my charged abilities. So based on what it seems like Skelemius was saying about our cast, if I charge it with magic, yeah, it locks them in place for a little bit and then does an explosion that does a little bit of damage. That's a pretty cool... I like this magic system so far. It's a very interesting iteration on the core combat mechanic, and it gives them a lot of room for creativity with their new boons, so that it's not entirely kind of a rehash of the previous god boons. I am a little disappointed that we're seeing 3 of the gods from the previous run between Demeter, Poseidon, and we now know that Aphrodite is in the game as well. I'm curious what other gods will be around. I know they have a bunch of new gods. I think it was Hephaestus was making waves in the what's the word? In the conversation around this game. I think because he's wheelchair bound, but they made him look really cool. But we'll see. I mean,
Olympus, I accept this message.
alright. Omega Cast immediately detonates, dealing damage and knocking foes away. Sprint deals damage on impacts, but use magic. Double up. Whenever you claim a minor find or similar resource find, a copy may appear. I think we use this, and now we can charge our special attack.
May all our enemies drown.
And that'll make a lot more damage happen, potentially. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought again. Oh, right, I think I saw like a weird commentary on like, oh no, he's hot sort of context for Hephaestus. I've seen at least one image of him, but I think he's the only like new god that I've seen. Yeah, Hephaestus was a god. He's a blacksmith. That's what I was going to say. I think I personally think it makes sense that the equivalent of a blacksmithing god. Well, he can build himself a wheelchair. I don't know enough about Greek mythology to know for a fact whether Hephaestus was crippled or not, or disabled, or however is the most appropriate way to say that. But okay, I could afford a boon here, or we can go introduce ourselves to Aphrodite, which I think is what we're gonna do.
The heart sigil.
All right. I have a feeling we're heading into the boss room next. Now, this boss fight should go a lot better because I'm projectile-based, which means I don't have to risk getting hit nearly as much.
Doubtless this one knows hatred, not just love. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
All right.
Why, hello, gorgeous. You look like you can break some hearts even without my aid. Oh, your brother would be so proud, knowing you're fighting for your kin.
I'm very curious to know whether Zagreus, Hades, and Persephone are actually dead, or if they're just, like, sealed or something. Let's see. After you enter a location, prime 20 magic to add power to your attack. In each encounter, one foe is always weak. You gradually restore magic near weak foes. Or, I deal more damage when close to enemies. That's a pretty substantial damage buff. I guess we'll take Flutter Strike for now. None of these are terribly appealing. Although, actually... You know what? In boss fights, this will always make them weak. And let's see. In this game, weak only reduces their damage by 10%. So weak isn't nearly as strong as it was in Hades 1. But I think I'm going to take this.
My heart.
Oh. Wait, that was... Apparently that was a specific boon slot. It's not like a tier 2 boon. Okay. Now I know for next time I'll have to be mindful of that, but I don't know. I think this will be very helpful for boss fights, so we'll see. We will see.
Greetings, witch. Olympus has emboldened you and made you strong. Yet 'tis a fleeting strength. One false step and I could wipe it all away.
That you could.
I'll take a fleeting strength over no strength at all. We take every advantage that avails itself.
My cat is standing behind me and meowing desperately for attention.
Just so. Then come and show me how you would make use of such advantages.
Alright, Hecate. Now the question is, will you have different mechanics from before? Can't quite outrange you. Oh, well, hello. None of that, please. Alright, so I do have to be careful about my maximum range when fighting a boss. Whoop. Alright, this build feels a lot easier to do this on, though. The biggest issue I'm going to have is the lack of bonus additional dashes. I don't think you're an actual... Yeah, you're a fake. And I noticed that I did take damage in some of those previous rooms, but my armor went down rather than my HP. So I think my assumption about how armor works with the clothing I got is correct. I'm curious to see what her next phase will bring. But yeah, whoop, let's get out of here before we take some unnecessary damage. Oh, perfect. You know what? The, whoop, okay. Oh, she brought allies to the mix. And it looks like the passive that makes sure an enemy is always weak. It may reapply itself to other enemies once they're vulnerable, once they're fightable. Or what am I trying to say here? Oh, this is an entirely new pattern. Okay. So one enemy in the room is always weak. The passive I just got. It looks like when Hecate became invulnerable to damage during her phase, the allies she spawned... Okay, I can't destroy her projectiles. Good to know. In Hades, you could destroy projectiles pretty reliably with your basic attacks and your specials, honestly. I think your specials? But clearly that's not an option here, so I'll have to be a little bit more careful. But yeah. The nice thing about this passive is that it marks Hecate when she splits apart, so I can know which clone to start DPSing on. That's quite convenient. And again, 10% damage reduction is always nice.
Well done.
This is new. Oh. I am a sheep! I am a sheep, Kiwi! Oh no. This is a lot harder to dodge. This... Hecate must have something to do with sheep, because this is not the first time I've heard that name and has sheep, someone being transformed into a sheep associated with it. There was a boss in Dungeon Fighter that did something similar, I believe. They were a boss in, I think, Prey Raid, which is funny. Definitely tried to dodge into that projectile there. Alright, she should be vulnerable now, so I'm going to start spamming at her. Okay, 3 AoEs, but they don't travel that far out, so fairly manageable in terms of evasion. Hecate will probably be a much harder boss once her attack speed gets brought up. I assume there's a Pact of Punishment eventually in this game. I wonder if that's like an actual human language, or if they just made up words for the game. I wouldn't be surprised if she's speaking Greek. Wow, this pattern gives you a lot of free damage on her. Oh, you know what? Let's do this, because it's cool. Think that hit her before she teleported? Alright, we've almost got her, Kiwi. We're about to beat our first boss on our second try. Sometimes just the boons make the run.
You fought with diligence and with ferocity. But surely there is more for you to learn beyond this threshold.
I look forward to it, Headmistress. What about you? Can you not join me?
No, I dare not stray too far from our abode. Continue now your task. I shall await your safe return.
Thank you, Headmistress.
I wonder what our task proper is.
I passed the test.
Because the first assumption is just
Cinder.
It's to beat Kronos, but it could be something else entirely, like save family. Alright, where are we now? Looks spooky. Too bad that can't restore my armor as well as my HP. You know what? Here's an interesting observation that I've just made. You actually run faster if you hold the dodge button after sprinting. Good to know.
Beginning descent.
There was probably something in that room that I could have listened to know.
Cold.
Oceanus, okay. So what do you do? Do you explode after a certain amount of damage? Yes, you do. Okay. Fair enough. And then it sets off a chain reaction with the one next to it. Interesting.
Look who.
Oh, okay, your friend. Who are you?
You're a long way from the
Eris.
crossroads, Trouble. So this is where the real action is, huh? Weren't you supposed to still be practicing?
It looks like she's using the gun weapon from the first game. I like her design, though. She looks really cool.
Things took a turn, Eris. You know how it goes. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some urgent business to attend to.
So you're our actual new Meg. Alright.
Always in such a rush. I'd really hate to slow you down. Though, let's hang out sometime, okay? Have a great night. Oh, one last thing.
Blessed by strife.
What did she do to me?
I don't actually know what she did to me. Does it tell us here? Oh, here. What does this do? Your foes deal plus 20% damage. This grows each encounter. Why would you do that to me? That's not cool. Alright, we can get another Demeter boon, at least. Alright.
Lurkers.
Alright, so we'll have to learn about these new enemies as we approach them, but this guy's definitely a lot tankier than the last one. Also, it looks like there's an terrain sort of damage near these pipes, so I'll have to be careful of them. But the very least, even if I'm not doing very much damage at all, I can pretty reliably safe spot these guys from the looks of it. Although my damage has already fallen off pretty substantially. So it would seem, at least. I'm lucky that steam didn't hit me because I was pretty close to me. Alright, seahorse enemies explode on death. Good to know, good to know. Oh, I thought there was something coming at me. It's funny, I'm just like pushing them away with my special. I know this is a pretty lame build right now, but you know what? If it gets us the win, play lame, win game. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not deterred by it. Well, okay, that's not entirely true, but
I was certain you were gone. Scarce born, only to be taken by Kronos, along with my daughter and those nearest her. But the Witch of the Crossroads got you out of there, did she? How could she not send word?
alright. Attacks deal more damage and inflict freeze. Your sprint forms a cyclone around you that lingers after you stop. Vortex makes foes 20% slower and their range shots 60% slower for 3 seconds. Your Omega attacks deal more damage, but use more magic. The issue I have with this one is the cyclone lingers around me, and I guess the question is, how big is it? Since I'm trying to be a ranged sort of build, this doesn't sound terribly appealing to me. I think I'm going to take this one because this at least guarantees that it guarantees that I'll have more damage. Alright, so this was a tier 2 boon. Okay. It looks like there's something there I can interact with, but how? Fish? Okay, so I need a fishing rod and like probably a pickaxe or something. Ooh, our first Daedalus hammer. Okay.
Farther than last time.
I'm curious to see what that does to our current build. Hopefully we get something that like really makes our special attack scale out of control. That would be really fun if it does. Whoop. Okay. So I have to be careful of these terrain effects because they're a bit of a problem. Alright. This is probably the last enemy on the field before the next wave spawns. Do I? My basic attack doesn't do a whole lot. Actually, I think my basic attack does less damage than the special now, so I guess we just keep spamming specials for now. These spinners are kind of cute. This build is definitely good for AoE, at the very least. It's cute. Those little enemies that spin squeak too. It's kind of cute. Or actually, no, I think it's these little laser fishies. Have you ever encountered a laserfish, Kiwi? Alright. Let's see what we get. Your specials are 20% faster and have 5 power. An increase to the base amount of damage you inflict. Other bonuses multiply this. Your Omega attack hits 2 times but no longer strikes behind you. Your special Omega gains a power shot that deals 20% more damage. I mean, do we even have to ask? Faster projectile and base damage that scales.
Feels even sturdier.
Sounds very strong on the build we're running. Alright, HP. I have a lot of coin. I think I stand more to gain from the shop, but that HP is very appealing to me. I think I'm gonna go for the shop because I can, in theory, get both the HP and a boon, potentially.
Even the faintest river current in the underworld bears willingly the boatman of the dead, wheresoever he may please.
Alright, so no HP up here. The lack of HP up here is a little disappointing, but it's okay.
Lotus. Yes, my lord. I met Apollo, Grandmother, Uncle Poseidon. I've known Artemis and Hermes for so long. I'm impressed they kept my secret from the others all this time.
Alright. Sounds like those two will probably show up then. So we'll take the Afro boon and there's no need to heal. So let's grab this pomegranate first and hope I can stack my my special more. My Omega cast immediately detonates and does a ton of damage. So unfortunately I didn't get what I want. None of these are ideal. I like this music here, though. It's very spooky. I guess I'll just take this so that I can more easily gain magic. But that wasn't great. That wasn't great.
Oh, to be an urgent bit of battlefield relief delivered courtesy of the feared boatman himself. Come on, we all have fantasies, gorgeous.
I like that there's a little heart-shaped, or like her hair makes little heart shapes where it curls. That's kind of cute with her design. All in all, I think the character designs all look really great. They did in the last game too, but it's nice to see them with a fresh coat of paint, if you will. Alright, while you have at least 80% HP, you deal more damage. I feel like this will fall off very quickly with how I end up playing this game. But, again, I don't really know if I want this. This sounds like an amazing damage boost, but I'm a ranged build right now, so it would be better if I had something that could make my base attack more ranged. So I'm going to take this for as long and use it for as long as it lasts, I guess. Now, do I want Demeter or Aphrodite again? I don't actually know what would scale better with my build right now. This has a mini-boss to it. So do I take the easier boss? This does... Oh, you know what? Look, it has little green arrows next to it, so I bet the rarity of those boons will be better. So I think I'm going to risk the mini-boss. Oh, whoa, okay. So these little fish laser friends have longer range than usual here. Oh, come on. I was not in range of that based on the reticle they put on the ground. That's not fair. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, okay, I did confirm that once my armor breaks, the passive appears to disappear as well, which is unfortunate. And I immediately am below 80% health, so that passive I took is completely useless now. Alright, this boss is a little bit difficult. If I had Athena who could, like... At least I have the damage on that at the very least. But I need to be mindful of that attack. Where are you? Where are you? Please spawn... You didn't spawn close to me. Oh, you did. I just wasn't ready for it. Just try and get as much damage as I can and then focus on dodging. Yeah, it looks like those attacks just spread out way further than it looked like they should. The reticles aren't to be believed, in other words, Kiwi. It looks like I'm not gaining any magic unless I stand... I know the passive says I have to stand close to this enemy, so maybe it was a mistake to take that as like my build path, but actually maybe I can get away with it now that you have no armor. Nah, that wasn't that great. Alright, attacks deal more damage to nearby foes. Yeah, so it looks like... Okay, you know what? That thematically makes sense, that Aphrodite's boons are centered around being close to enemies. I mean, love and whatnot. Whenever you exit a location, restore 100% if you have not lost too much. Oh. But you need to have a minimum of 80% max... That seems kind of terrible. Like, I assume with the higher rarities, that threshold is reduced by 20%, so at higher rarities, I bet that's really good. But, I don't know. None of these are appealing to me. Like, I can take this, but I'm trying to run a faraway build, so...
Much to learn from her, I think.
Oh well. Let's take the ashes, because those arcanas look like they're going to be the things that most immediately benefit me. I'm going to have to listen to this music, or the Song of Oceanus, when I'm not playing the game, because it sounds good. Is that... I don't know if that's a terrain or a chaos gate. It's a terrain. Okay, fair enough. For a second, I'm like, is chaos going to show up this early? Because I'm pretty sure... I would be very surprised if chaos was not in this game, or there will definitely be an equivalent to chaos if not. I just don't know what to expect just yet. Which, you know, not a surprise considering we're only just starting the game. let's see what happens if I do that. Alright, so the damage is increased to 40 or 50. Yeah, it's that damage increase on my base attack really isn't that amazing, unfortunately. But I'm very curious to see what build. It feels like Aphrodite is going to be very strong with the right build. I mean, that's how the last game was. All of the gods had, like, their super niche builds that made them scale massively out of proportion. I'm very curious to see how that applies to Aphrodite, because her build seems very melee-focused. And it's very unlucky that I am running a ranged build in a run where they're, like, force-feeding me Aphrodite boons. I mean, I could have chosen Demeter. I definitely could have chosen a boon from Demeter. But the issue is I don't know what I stand to gain from each of the gods yet, because I have, like... I mean, this is my second run of the entire... in my life, frankly, so... I'm starting to understand the theming of them, though. Demeter is all about freeze instead of chill now. Chill was such... I mean... Chill probably doesn't... Demeter's passives probably weren't the strongest in terms of damage output in Hades 1, so they probably weren't the favored god boons when there were other more fanciful options like Artemis and Zeus to pick from, and even Poseidon, maybe. But the thing about it is Chilled was so good for early game, for like learning the game, because it slowed enemies down and made it way more reliable to deal your damage. Definitely taking HP here, we need it. Oh goodness, that's a lot of enemies. And this... Okay, so you know what? I now understand. My cast makes it so they can't... It snares them. Okay. And if I charge it, they take damage when it expires. They may even take damage before it expires, with the uncharged version, I'm just not sure. Funny enough, I don't really get a chance to test it out. Well, I mean, actually, I very clearly get a chance to test it out. I'm just choosing not to, I guess. Well, I dashed the very wrong way on that one. That was some unfortunately unnecessary damage. But now that I understand how my cast works, it's more utility than damage unless charged. But I respect that. It does seem to expire fairly quickly. I don't know if that's if I do a certain amount of damage in it or if the enemies in it have... I'm not sure. There's still a lot of stuff unspoken and untold in this game that I'll have to figure out. Unseal? Oh, what? What?
Oh, great.
Oh, interesting. So that's the new mechanic. From the looks of it, the way it works is if I want... So there are rooms on this floor that if I want to see them, I have to fight another wave of enemies. See, this one has, like... This one has chains over it. But this is how I get more options to choose from. Okay.
Let's see what's here.
Probably also a way to gain more gold, potentially, if the enemies I kill drop gold. We'll see. I'm curious to find that out, too. None of those guys dropped gold. So far, all the trash mobs feel very handleable, though. Wow, those travel far. Took forever for those fireballs to despawn. Alright. Oh, right. These guys explode after death. Gotta be careful. So what are our options? Another Afro boon, or HP. Frankly, I think I value HP the most out of all of these options. So, kind of wasting my time with those bonus rooms, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I need to get out of here. Oh yeah, I am looking forward to the day I get my second dash, and I need to remember that I can use my cast to really keep enemies locked back. I need to... My cast is effectively a defensive tool that really makes it much easier to kite enemies. But I am very hopeful you get more than one dash, because man do I need it. Until I do have more than one dash, I have to be very mindful about how I choose. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, these don't damage, they just stun you, that's good. I have to be very mindful about how I choose to, when and where I choose to dash. In my... If they probably won't be up before this video is uploaded, because again, I think I'm going to upload Hades 2 before I upload Hades 1. You know, gotta ride that relevance on a new game sort of thing. But in my Hades 1 run, oh, what was I even gonna say here? I've already lost my train of thought, unfortunately. My apologies. Alright, we got the HP.
Better.
What was it I wanted to say? I legitimately can't remember now. Oh, goodness. Options, options. There are 3. This is definitely... Oh, new enemies. Oh, they're little hermit crabs. Cute. Alright, so they skip pebbles. That's very cute. I wonder if these are the sorts of enemies that take... Yeah, they take reduced damage if they're in their shell. Okay, that's cute. Here, I'll just come and say hello and stab you. That's how you greet people, right? Stab them in the face. Another Afro boon, or... Ooh, things get spookier the more you do. I legitimately do not remember what it is I want to say. Oh, right. So, having multiple dashes in my first Hades playthrough, like, I got to Hades, I think in the first video. But the lack of having a second dash, or even a third dash, like, it is so noticeable, and it makes it very difficult to effectively dodge. Palm, shop, or Afro. In theory, I have enough gold to gain something from the shop better than an Aphrodite boon, but I think I'm gonna go with Afro and just learn out what her options are a bit better. You know what? Maybe I should have gone with the shop just to heal up before the floor boss, because it feels like this is about to be a floor boss.
What's everybody queuing for?
This looks interesting.
An ever-present song compels the nightmare-bringing princess ever forward, towards the beauty, deeper into the abyss.
Oh, you know what? I bet our boss is going to be...
It's very pretty.
Our boss is going to be a siren, isn't she? You still have this. Oh my goodness. Your foes deal 55 increased damage. Why? That's so not cool. Alright, well, hopefully it wears off after this floor. We'll see. This is clearly also potentially a shop room.
In the name of Hades.
Alright, Heartbreaker. Whenever you use 30 magic, create a Heartthrob, which does an explosive projectile that revolves around you and expires after 20 seconds. It's probably very close, given how Aphrodite's stuff works. I guess I'll take this. It just means that if I play well, I get healed. Or... This is interesting enough. Let's take it and see what happens. I believe I can use 30... I think I can use 30 magic if I use my X attack charge. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's very close range, but it must do a lot. It does a lot of damage on paper. 240 per hit is huge. So I guess if I use my cast effectively, maybe it would work. My cast only costs 15, so I have to use my X charge, though. Alright. So out of curiosity, Kiwi, how do you interpret the things on their heads? Are they open books, or are they fancy little hairs that are parted to the sides? Because I think it's supposed to be hair, but my brain interprets it as a book. Yep, that's a siren. Oh, it's a band.
Oh, no way. No way. Look at Gal's a lady. Ladies never come to see our shows. You must be different. What's your name? Oh, make yourself comfy. We're just about to start, aren't we, Gals?
Okay, I love the idea of the Sirens being like an actual music band down here.
Sirens. I should have known you were the source of all that singing. Slinked down into the underworld, have you?
That's really cool, though, that the background music of this area is thematically appropriate for the boss. And it's that the boss sings it.
Pressure down here. Beats the pressure trying to make art while all our fans are watching, begging, Scylla, where's your next soul?
Don't you drown your so-called fans to death? Have you even got any left?
Oh, don't ever say such things about our fans. Oh, hey, gals, what say we give her the old song and dance?
Scylla and the Sirens, very cute. Oh, see, that's an instance where I needed more than one dash. Okay, it looks like they spawn little friends to help fight. Oh, man. Oh, they sing their boss music, too. That's fantastic. This is a very hard boss to dodge with only a single dash, it seems. Whoop. Somehow I feel like they didn't have metal music in ancient Greece. But what do I know, honestly? And maybe it's not so ancient. I don't know what this means. Oh my goodness, goodbye HP. How do I dodge that? Maybe I... Oh, you know what? I bet I had to damage the drummer. Oh. I didn't dodge fast enough. Yeah. That's funny. Okay, I really like the design ethos on this boss. That's really cute.
Blast those sirens.
Pet the frog.
Sirens are amphibious. You know their weaknesses, Phrynos?
Phrynos' best... I don't know, boy or girl. Best frog. Phrynos' best frog.
Who dares?
Hi, Dora. Oh, I can salute you too?
Hail, spirit.
You invoke me? A scourge upon your bloodline for resummoning me, witch!
Hey, everything okay there, Mel?
Oh, yes, Dora. It's just... I should have gone farther that time. I'll give more notes on your haunting later, all right?
Oh, sure.
I really like Dora.
This memory of all you lost. It stokes your want for vengeance even now.
And I like Dora not just because I'm a ghost type trainer at heart. How do I get out? Okay. Alright, so that's it for our room right now, right? There's nothing here. But you know what? I'm curious. Eventually, I imagine there's going to be a way where we can build up the crossroads similar to how we built up the House of Hades. I wonder what that'll entail and how we do it. Oh, our cauldron's open. What does this do?
Last night I dreamt of this.
So I think I just answered my own question. Alright, let's see. Fated intervention. Beseech the three fates to lend their aid in a time of great need. I don't actually know what that means. Maybe this makes it so I can survive a death. Maybe this is our death defiance equivalent. Summoning of mercantile fortune. Persuade the wretched broker to appear with whom you may trade that resource. Well, you can trade bones for various resources or knight's craftwork. Reveal gathering tools within the silver pool. Unlock them to gather resources. I feel like this is the thing we want the most, but we don't have a reliable way of getting silver outside of boss fights without being able to mine it, so I think Knight's Craftwork is the appropriate choice here.
Dark of chaos, light of moon, heed now my will.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.
So mote it be. Okay. I don't know if the Wretched Broker is strictly necessary right now, but it only costs... It doesn't cost the same resources that I need for Fated Intervention, so I'll just get them.
I'm ready. By blood and darkness, let my will be done.
She said the thing that Hades says. Blood and darkness.
Broker, welcome to the crossroads.
Funny.
May moonlight guide us.
And may shadows conceal us. At least our cauldron's finally purified, praise the fates. Speaking of which, are you as yet considering an invocation to them? I have my doubts that they would listen even now.
If there's any chance the three fates shall aid us, I'll take it. Thank you for preparing things for me. Though I'm well short of freshly picked reagents still.
I'd offer such reagents if I could, but as you venture past this glade, look carefully along your path and you shall find them. Fates willing.
Yes, headmistress. Odysseus out checking on reports.
I wonder if Odysseus is going to be the equivalent of our Achilles in this run.
Okay.
After ever-scheming Kronos claimed the House of Hades, shades of the dead residing there, all scattered to the ends of the earth.
You shades are welcome here and safe.
Oh. He talks. How cute.
Hail, broker.
Alright, so I can buy ashes, fate fabric. What is fate fabric? And psych. Alright, for now we'll hold off. It's nice to see the Wretched Broker again. He was a character in the original Hades as well.
Hi, gang. Headmistress must have some important tasks for you.
I can't really tell what this is. It looks Anubis-y to me, but I feel like I'm interpreting it wrong. But I definitely see legs there, but it looks like a Anubis-y type head, torso, and like a little fluffy tail back there. But I very well could be wrong about that. It's apparently we don't talk to Gang yet.
You passed her little test that time. Must have felt so good beating her ass to the ground. Don't get to spar with her, so I can only imagine.
We're not just sparring. You don't know our craft.
I know I could take her.
I like Nemesis. She looks really cool. And she's fighty. But, you know, I went for so long without taking damage that I didn't realize how badly a 55% damage increase, a 55% increase in damage from that Eris curse would do. I just noticed the little spirits in the photo are holding up a hammock for him while he's just sleeping in his robe that turns into a sleeping bag apparently.
You have pleasant dreams.
I mean, okay, it looks like a proper Santa robe type thing, but in that image it just looks like a sleeping bag, and I think that's very cute. All right. Let's see what we can unlock now.
What say the Arcana?
So, definitely want the HP. We're going to take that first.
Titan.
Restore 2 magic every 1 second. That's pretty good if I actually use my magic. Set forth each night with 1 death defiance. We need this as soon as possible. Like, that's worth trading that's worth trading the Wretched Broker for, I think. I may be mistaken, but I feel as though, you know what? There's no way I could afford this. I could get 2 ashes and I need like 6, so never mind. But next run we'll have that passive for sure.
Remember.
There's no way we need this badly. Only I could find a way to get more dashes though. That's what I really need. What is this?
The arms of night are now at my disposal.
Okay.
Or shall be soon enough.
Slash with furious attacks or strike from afar with a flurry of specials. Umbral Flames. Launch damaging range attacks as you move or specials that orbit around you. Deliver slow but devastating attacks or defend and retaliate with your specials. Or strike with close range attack or long range specials and Omega moves. I think this is the weapon. Yeah, this is the weapon we're currently using. And then... Okay, this allows me to unlock things, I think. So I definitely need the pickaxe, so let's grab that.
The crescent pick. Reveal to me the bounties of the earth.
Oh, cool. So it shows us all the things it shows us all the things we'll unlock or we use. So
There's something new
I wonder if you have to choose which of these you can use. But we need that silver to unlock the weapons, and we need it to unlock the 3 fates. Maybe that'll be like the prophecy of the fates that Zagreus had at his desk in his bedroom in the first game. The rod of fishing, the silver spade, the tablet of peace. Whatever. I don't think we can use those just yet. So
there she is again at last.
Hello, Skelemius.
Death to Kronos, Commander.
Knock him dead, kiddo.
I'm looking forward to talking to this guy.
Being a shadowy denizen of the underworld comes with certain perks, young one. Take, for instance, how, when you dash, nothing can touch you.
We are the unseen, at one with the darkness and the dead. I can evade anything, yes, but only for a moment. And even then, I can't prevail by dodging all night long.
Yeah, I'd do it all the time if I was you. See the little trail when you dash? Once it snaps back, you're good to go again.
Oh, okay. I've noticed that. That's good to know that they have a visual tell for it now.
The shadow follows.
Yeah, see? So there's the shadow, and now it's gone, so I can dash again. So, dash now. Okay, that makes it a lot easier for me to know how to time my dashes.
I'll get through all that gloom somehow.
Okay.
The Crossroads training grounds are watched over by fearless seafarer Skelemius, famed in death as he was famed in life.
We cannot fail with such a genius on our side.
Nope.
You know, I think I just realized This isn't Skelly. I'm pretty sure Skellamius was something that Skelly actually talked about, like being related to him in the previous game, which is actually...
I don't think so.
A equal parts hilarious nod and Easter egg to things, and then also just funny in its own right. Because what if it turns out that this actually is Skelly? But alright, Kiwi, I think that's where we're going to end the episode today. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I'm certainly enjoying playing. It feels good to play Hades by a different coat of paint. That, I mean, I played Lotus Lantern before this, so we're just doing a lot of Hades likes right now, I guess, but I digress. Hope you enjoyed watching. If you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I'll see you soon in the next episode.